What's up, guys? Ivan here with getivan.com, and today we're going to be answering this question: what is KEI in SEO, and does it still work? So if we do a quick search in Google, Keyword Tracker says KEI is one of the quickest ways to find keywords that show potential, that is, those keywords which are likely to help your site attract more traffic, and it kind of gives a generic response. A variety of queries seem to be pretty similar. I was going to hop over into Quora real quick so we can see one of the answers here. This guy shows the formula for KEI, and this is technically not exactly how KEI is calculated, but you can see over here it's the number of results for a query divided by the number of searches that are detected from, I guess, Google Ads or some such place. Pardon me, but that's not exactly how it used to be. It used to be that it was, unless I'm mistaken, I'm just going off memory here, but I believe it was this formula and then it was to the power of 2. And then they would insert that into a sheet and have it reflect, put it on a scale of 1 to 100. And so to give you guys an example, this is I've shown you guys this a number of times, my niche-based keyword research. And if you go here to the help section, pardon me, a lot of these equations are based off of search volume and CPC. So if you just look through some of these equations, you can kind of see some of the logic involved. And if you sort them, since they're conditionally formatted, if you sort them by the color coding, you can kind of see gradients through some sorting through these columns. And there's a file that I had a while back where I compared KEI actually and page results, and I think it was some Moz metrics. I've mentioned it a number of times, and KEI correlated with Moz metrics and other types of SEO metrics at scale. That's just a big. I think it's a big part of how competition is calculated. So that, as you can see there's the number of results for what is KEI and SEO. And then if we turned on keywords everywhere and refresh this page, it shows us there's 20 searches a month. There's probably more than that because there's a lot of variations of this query. So we would go this number divided by 20, and it's supposed to be to the power of 2, I believe, to something like that. And that's supposed to give KEI. So if we did this number divided by 20, I thought it was supposed to be 2, the power of 2. Maybe not. But something along those lines. It might not be the whole number to the power of 2. It might be the searches to the power of 2. There's a variety. Actually, I've seen pages that discuss different ways to calculate KEI. Let's see what this one says. Yeah, see, this one says monthly search volume to the power of 2 over competing pages times 100. So that's pretty interesting. So let's try that. Monthly search volume to the power of 2 divided by competing pages times 100. So it's 0.009. Assuming that 1 would be 100, this is saying that it's really low competition for this keyword. So some of that might be viable. It would be interesting to do a case study to see and actually compare the metrics with KEI today to see how it stands up. So this one, this one, they're saying this to the power of 2 divided by this times 100. It's a pretty interesting one. I think that page results still correlates to those competition metrics, like, and there's a number of reasons why, but you also have to look at what are the sites ranking for those queries, because the pages that qualify also determine the competition, not just that total number. There can be a lot of pages that qualify in total, And certainly from an average standpoint, the bigger the number that is, the lot more likely that higher competitors are there. But then when you actually look at the top qualifying pages, it can be really severe no matter what the overall number is. And I've talked about that back and forth in different videos. But yeah, that's what KEI does. And I would guess that KEI still works to some degree. Like, I know that tools like Ahrefs and a bunch of the other ones actually try to calculate the backlink profile of the top competitors, but it's so inconsistent. Like, I mean, I bounce between all kinds of tools. It's so inconsistent that I can't see that being reliable enough. Like, I like to look at those metrics to be able to see, okay, the on off page difficulty is lower, and the on page I mean, like, look at this. This says the on page difficulty is 61, but then what is KEI and SEO? Like, all of these have KEI in there, so they're looking for that exact phrase, but the pages that are qualifying are structuring the title a little bit differently. So, I mean, I would consider this to be a competitive page in terms of on page. In terms of off page, maybe not so much, because I'm not seeing big properties here. There's Quora, but the rest of these are kind of obscure. So, of course, using the standard to using the very query to to raise the question, and that's really more of a manual process, being able to look at those domains and determine, okay, do I recognize this brand name? Is this a big entity or not? This has 300 referring domains, 1,000, 56 right there. Geez, on the domain, that's really low. That's really low. That's fairly low. That's a big entity. Let's see, that's significant right there. Um, but even those bigger entities aren't ranking above some of those other ones. So I still think it probably works in terms of an average. We'll have to do a case study, follow-up case study, to compare KEI to the other metrics. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. That's what KEI is. It's an older metric that uses some really simple uh, data to determine keyword competition, relative keyword competition, but it doesn't include all in title. It doesn't include like all these different various on-page things. It doesn't include off-page considerations. It's just a broad sweeping, guess based on the total number of qualifying pages and the gravity of the term, assuming that the higher the gravity of the term, the more it will attract big entities, right? So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.